What if your vision could become reality, not by waiting for a lucky break, not by hoping for a miracle, but by battling for it every single day with everything you've got? Are you ready to step into that fight right now, or will you let another day slip through your fingers? Hey friends, it's incredible to connect with you today. If you're here, I know you're carrying a fire inside a vision for something bigger. Maybe a thriving career, financial freedom, or a life you're proud to look back on. But let me ask you this. How many times have you felt that vision drowned out by the noise of everyday life? How many of you find yourselves drifting caught up in TikTok, Instagram, or the grind of remote work, just reacting to what's thrown at you instead of shaping your future? Folks, I'm here to tell you a hard truth. Your vision isn't some far-off fantasy, it's a fire waiting to be ignited, but only you can strike the match. Success doesn't come from raw talent, luck, or sitting on the sidelines. It's forged in the furnace of daily battles where you put everything on the line every hour, every minute, every moment. Most people never reach their vision. They let time slip away, swept up in easy distractions, small excuses, or quiet fears. They think one day someone will show up and hand them a golden ticket. But here's the deal. Nobody fights for your vision but you. In 2025, with social media noise and work stress louder than ever, battling for your vision is your biggest edge. Rohn nailed it. Greatness isn't something you're born with, it's earned through sweat, grit, and unbreakable resolve. You don't need to be the smartest or luckiest, just commit 1 hour a day to your fight. I've seen it, the successful aren't any different from you or me. They don't have more hours, fewer obstacles, or some secret formula. They just choose to fight. They don't wait for the perfect moment for inspiration or for someone to say, "You've got this." They step into the furnace of life and forge their future one hammer strike at a time. You can do that too, but you've got to decide right now. Your vision isn't a passing thought, it's a calling, a mission only you can fulfill. But it won't come to you. It demands that you stand up, face your fears, push through doubt, and reject the easy path. Today I'm sharing a powerful philosophy. 5 steps to battle for your vision to unlock your potential and claim the life you're meant to live. This isn't about empty hype or get-rich-quick schemes. It's about forging a legacy through daily grit, about becoming the kind of person who doesn't just dream but fights until those dreams are real. These steps will challenge you, push you out of your comfort zone, and transform you if you're willing to step up. You don't need to do it all right now, just start fighting. Ready? Stick with me, because what you're about to learn will change how you live, how you fight starting today. What's holding you back? Fear, doubt, or just waiting for tomorrow? What's the spark you'll ignite right now? Let's dive into the first step: battle daily. Ever feel stuck like coins buried in darkness just because you're waiting for a burst of inspiration instead of fighting for your vision every day? Picture those mornings you wake up, pumped your heart, racing with dreams, maybe launching a startup, hitting financial independence, or living a life that echoes with purpose. You start the day fired up, but then TikTok, Instagram, or endless work emails pull you under. Before you know it, the day's gone wasted on scrolling, replying to messages, or stressing over small stuff. Suddenly you're trapped in a loop, feeling like you're going nowhere, asking yourself, why do I keep letting days slip by? Why can't I make every moment count? That's the pain of letting inaction dim your potential, of waiting for a perfect moment that never shows up. I've seen folks like you and me bursting with ideas and ambition, but they let lazy days pile up, excuses stack high, and their dreams get buried. They kick off a plan with all the energy in the world, but a few days later they're back to scrolling, procrastinating, or convincing themselves tomorrow's a better day. They wait for a magical spark, a sudden wave of motivation, or a golden opportunity to fall from the sky. But here's the cold truth: that moment never comes. And then one day they couldn't take it anymore. They craved fighting every day to claim their vision. You feel that too, right? Being stuck isn't the end, it's your wake-up call. Battling daily is your flame. It fuels your vision with relentless action. It's not about waiting for motivation or a big break. It's about choosing to fight hour by hour, day by day. Every success story, every legacy was built by people who didn't wait. They acted even when exhausted, even when unsure, even when the world told them to quit. In 2025, with distractions screaming louder than ever, this daily fight is your superpower. Most people let days drift by thinking tomorrow will be better, but tomorrow only comes for those who grab today. Your flame ignites when you say, "I'm done waiting. I'll fight for my vision now." That's when you become unstoppable, when prosperity, not just money, but purpose and legacy starts to take shape. Success doesn't come to those who wait around. It comes to those who fight. Why does this matter? Because every day is a brick in the tower of your vision. If you only act when you're feeling it, you'll live a scattered life, starting and stopping dreaming big, but never reaching the finish line. But when you battle daily, you create momentum. You don't wait for the perfect time or the right vibe. You crave steady action, a minute of focus, an hour of real work, a moment to recommit to your goals. Just 10 minutes on one small action can turn "I'm stuck" into "I'm running my life." When you battle daily, you're not just living, you're shaping your future. Imagine starting each day asking, "How will I fight today? What action will move me closer to my vision?" You sit down, no phone, no noise, just you and your commitment. You think about the times you got stuck when you procrastinated, ditched plans, or let your mood call the shots and you say, "No more. I'm acting every day." That's when your flame burns bright, cutting through the darkness of inaction. I've seen it. The successful don't have more time, they just know every small choice lights their path. Battling daily isn't a burden, it's freedom, a promise to yourself that you'll never quit. So how do you start? It's not rocket science, but it takes guts. Today, take 10 minutes to commit to one small action, like working on a key task for 10 minutes, and jot down your resolve in a journal. No phone, no emails, no social media, just you and your move. Tomorrow, do it again, noting how your momentum builds. This week, act daily for 7 days, tracking your drive. Don't stop there. Build a long-term habit, 30 minutes a day, toward your biggest goal, no matter how you feel. Review, weekly tweak as needed, but never quit. Think of people you admire. They didn't win by hustling one day. They fought day after day, month after month, year after year. You can too. You don't need to be perfect, just start. You don't need to do everything, just do one thing right today. Then tomorrow, do it again. That's how you light your flame. That's how you battle daily. That's how you make your vision real. So ask yourself, what darkness is hiding your coins? Procrastination, social media, or waiting for the right time? Will you stay in the dark or ignite your flame? What's one small action you'll take right now to kick off your fight? Your vision's waiting. Will you step up or let it fade? Now, step 2, clarify your vision. Ever feel like you're drifting, like coins fading in a fog, because your vision isn't sharp enough to pull you forward? Think about those days you're itching for something big, a killer career, financial independence, or a life that matters. You start with a vague idea, a dream, but it's blurry like a shadow in the mist. Then TikTok, Instagram, or work stress clouds your focus. Before you know it, you're chasing someone else's goals, scrolling for hours, or grinding without direction. You feel empty, lost, asking, "What am I even doing? What's my real fight?" That's the pain of letting an unclear vision blur your potential, of drifting without a clear target. I've seen folks like us full of big dreams, but they dive into action without knowing where they're headed. They work hard, but with fuzzy goals, they burn out, fast quit, or chase what society calls success. They want wealth, but don't know a number. They want happiness, but can't picture it. And then they're lost in the fog, letting days slip by without getting closer to what they truly want. But one day they couldn't stand it anymore. They craved clarity, to know exactly what they were fighting for. You feel that too, right? Drifting isn't failure, it's your wake-up call. Clarifying your vision is your anchor. It roots your fight with deep purpose. It's not about having every answer or a perfect plan right now. It's realizing your fight only sticks when you know what you're swinging for. Your vision has to be so clear you can see it, feel it, touch it in your mind. It's got to be vivid like a torch, lighting your way, pulling you through tough days, doubt, and flops. In 2025, with noise from every corner, a sharp vision is your lifeline. Most people stumble because their goals are vague. They say success but can't picture it. But when you clarify your vision, you spark a fire no obstacle can put out. Your anchor drops when you say, "I know exactly what I'm fighting for and I won't stop." That's when your path to prosperity, money, meaning, legacy gets clear. Why does this matter? Because clarity fuels your fight. Without it, you're swinging blind, wasting energy on distractions. Every game changer, think inventors, leaders had a vision so sharp it carried them through pain, doubt, and failure. If you don't know what you're fighting for, you'll burn time chasing stuff that doesn't matter, social media trends, other people's dreams, or dead-end tasks. But with a clear vision, you've got a torch in your head. You're not just working to pay bills or get by, you're fighting for something bigger, maybe your family, your community, or becoming your best self. Just 10 minutes pinning down your vision can shift. I'm lost to I'm locked on my path. When you clarify your vision, you're not just living, you're leading. Imagine starting each day asking, what's my vision today? What's driving me forward? You sit down, no phone, no noise, just you and your dream. You think about times you drifted working without a why, chasing goals that weren't yours, and you say, no more. I'm dropping my anchor. That's when your vision becomes a compass guiding you through the fog of doubt and distractions. I've seen it. The successful don't have better odds. They just know exactly what they want and fight for it daily. Clarifying your vision isn't pressure, it's power. A promise to yourself you'll never lose your way. So how do you do it? Start with honesty and action. Today, take 10 minutes to nail down one specific goal, like a career milestone, say hitting 100K in revenue this year, or a personal dream, like living free to spend time with family. Sit down, grab a pen, and write, what's my vision? What do I want and why? Jot down the clarity you feel in a journal. No social media, no emails, just you and your thoughts. Tomorrow, refine that goal, noting how it pulls you forward like a torch, lighting your path. This week, picture it daily for 7 days, tracking how it shapes your moves. Don't stop there. Make a long-term plan, a vision board with images, words, or a written roadmap spelling out your goal. Review it monthly to keep it sharp. Think of people you admire. They didn't have vague ideas of success. They had a crystal clear picture, a target they never lost sight of. You can too. You don't need every detail now, just clarify one goal, one why today, then tomorrow sharpen it. That's how you drop your anchor. That's how you clarify your vision. That's how you keep your fight on track. So ask yourself, what fog's blurring your coins? Chasing vague goals or someone else's dreams? Are you scared to pin down what you really want because it feels too big? Will you stay foggy or drop your anchor? What's one goal you'll make crystal clear right now? Your vision's waiting. Will you drift or lead? Hold up, define your vision today. Drop your anchor. Join Forge Fire. Smash that subscribe button for more tools to blaze your trail to success. Turn on notifications. Now step 3, commit fully. Ever feel stalled like coins fading in a haze because you're only half in on your vision? Picture those times you're pumped to chase a big goal, a top-tier career, financial freedom, or a life of impact. You start with fire, swearing you'll do whatever it takes, but then TikTok, Instagram, or work stress creeps in. You dabble a bit, try a little, but when things get tough, a rough day, a daunting task, or a flicker of doubt, you back off. You tell yourself, I'll get back to it later, or maybe it's not for me. Suddenly you're stuck, your vision slipping away, asking, why do I keep bailing halfway? Why can't I go all in? That's the pain of letting half-hearted commitment dull your potential, of letting excuses steal your fight. I've seen folks like us with massive dreams, but they're only interested in their vision. They work when it's easy, when the vibe's right, but when hurdles hit, they retreat, falling back to scrolling, procrastinating, or reasoning, I don't need to push that hard. They say, I want success, but their actions tell a different story. They quit, delay, or find reasons to slack off. And then they realize half-hearted effort never cuts it to make a vision real. They craved going all in, leaving no room for anything but victory. You feel that too, right? Being stalled isn't failure, it's your wake-up call. Committing fully is your wall. It shields your fight with unbreakable resolve. Half-hearted effort is like building on sand. It crumbles when the storm hits. Every big win was forged by people who went all in, who said, this is my fight and I'm not backing down. In 2025, with distractions and doubts louder than ever, full commitment is your fortress. Most people fail because they're just curious. They work when it's convenient, quit when it's hard. But when you commit fully, you shut down doubt-crush excuses and become a force. Your wall rises when you say, I'm not dabbling, I'm fighting with everything I've got. That's when prosperity, success, strength, legacy takes root. Why does this matter? because commitment is the bedrock of every victory. If you only commit when it's easy, you'll live half a life starting and quitting dreaming big, but never crossing the finish line. You'll let small distractions, a video, an email, a bad day steal your drive. But when you commit fully, you build a wall nothing can breach. You don't let doubt creep in. You don't let fatigue lead. You don't let failure sway you. Just 10 minutes affirming your commitment can turn, "I'll try," into, "I'm doing this no matter what." When you commit fully, you're not just living, you're leading. Imagine starting each day asking, "How will I commit today? How will I go all in to keep my vision alive?" You sit down, no phone, no noise, just you and your vow. You think about times you wavered, quitting when it got hard, letting excuses win, and you say, "No more, I'm building my wall." That's when your wall stands tall, guarding you through the haze of doubt and distractions. I've seen it. The successful don't have more energy, they just know full commitment is the power to push through anything. Committing fully isn't pressure, it's power, a promise to yourself you'll never quit. So how do you do it? Start with a hard choice and real action. Today, take 10 minutes to affirm your full commitment to your vision. Sit down, write or say out loud, "I'm all in on my vision. I'll fight daily, no matter what." Note the strength you feel in a journal. No social media, no emails, just you and your pledge. Tomorrow, reaffirm it, logging how it fuels your grit like a fire that never dies. This week, act on your commitment daily for 7 days, tracking your resolve. Each day, do one thing, maybe 30 minutes toward your goal, or say no to a distraction and write down your focus. Don't stop there. Write a formal pledge, a vow to yourself like, "I won't quit until my vision's real." Read it weekly to stay locked in. Think of people you admire. They didn't win by half effort. They committed fully, no matter the odds, no matter the flops. You can too. You don't need to be perfect, just go all in. You don't need all the answers, just commit today. Then tomorrow, commit again. That's how you build your wall. That's how you commit fully. That's how you keep your fight steady. So ask yourself, what haze is stalling your coins? Are you just curious or truly committed? Are you scared to go all in because it's too big? Will you stay hazy or build your wall? What's one vow you'll make right now to go all in? Your vision's waiting. Will you hesitate or lead? Next, step 4, face your fears. Ever feel frozen like coins swept away by a storm because fear stops you from fighting for your vision? Picture those moments you're ready to charge toward a big goal, a new business, financial independence, or a life that inspires. You're at the edge, heart pounding all in, but then TikTok, Instagram, or work stress amplifies a whisper in your head. What if I crash? What'll people think? Am I strong enough? Fear floods in, fear of failing, of judgment, of the unknown, and you freeze. You say, "This is too risky," or "I'm not ready." Suddenly your vision feels out of reach, like it's been swept away by a storm, and you're asking, why do I let fear run the show? Why can't I push through? That's the pain of letting fear storm away your potential, of dodging the fight you were born for. I've seen folks like us with huge dreams, but when fear hits, they pick safety. They let fear of failure stop them from trying, fear of judgment. Silence them, fear of the unknown. Keep them stuck in a life that doesn't light them up. They start strong, but when a risk looms, a big opportunity, a leap, or a new challenge, they back off, retreating to scrolling, delaying, or convincing themselves. Safe is better, but safe doesn't build greatness. Safe doesn't forge a legacy. And then one day they couldn't stand it anymore. They craved facing fear, turning it into fuel for their fight. You feel that too, right? Being frozen isn't failure, it's your wake-up call. Facing your fears is your brick. It builds your fight with unshakable courage. It's not about being fearless or pretending it's easy. It's knowing courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting despite it. Fear's a natural part of the fight, but it's not the enemy. It's fuel if you use it right. In 2025, with doubts and distractions everywhere, courage is your weapon. Most people let fear win. They dodge risks to avoid failure. Stay quiet to escape judgment. Stick to safe to sidestep the unknown. They think safety saves them, but it just leads to a half-lived life full of regrets, wondering, what if I'd tried? But you're different. You feel the storm of fear trying to sweep your potential, and you're saying, no way, Your brick gets laid when you say, "I'm scared, but I'm fighting anyway." That's when prosperity, not just success, but confidence, strength, legacy starts rising. Why bricks? Because courage builds your future. Every legend, every trailblazer faced fear but moved anyway. If you let fear rule, you'll live small, skipping risks, repeating, "I'm not ready," letting others' opinions shape your life. You'll stay stuck in a comfort zone where nothing big happens, where your vision's just a daydream. But when you face fear, you shatter limits. You don't see fear as a stop sign, but a door to growth. You tackle a tough task and ask, "How do I beat this? What'll I learn?" You crave courage, a small step past fear, an hour of work. Despite a racing heart, a choice to keep going when everything says stop. Just 10 minutes facing a fear can turn "I can't" into "I did, and I'm tougher now." When you face fear, you're not just living, you're leading. Imagine starting each day asking, "What fear will I face today? What'll build me?" You sit down, no phone, no noise, just you and your grit. You think about times you dodged delaying tasks, picking safety over risk, and you say no more. "I'm laying my brick." That's when your brick stacks up, building you through fear's storm. I've seen it, the successful aren't fearless, they just know every fear is a brick for their future. Facing fear isn't pain, it's power. A vow to yourself you'll never let fear write your story. So how do you start? With a small, bold choice and real action. Today, take 10 minutes to face one fear, like tackling a task you've ducked, say sending a big email or starting a new project. Sit down, breathe deep, and do it heart-racing, doubts, screaming. Note your courage in a journal. How'd it feel to push through? No social media, no emails, just you and your move. Tomorrow, face another fear, maybe speaking up in a meeting or trying something new, and log your progress like you're getting tougher. This week, face a fear daily for 7 days, tracking your strength. Each day, pick something scary, a hard call, a risky choice, and do it even if it's small. Write down how you feel after. Don't stop there. List your recurring fears, failure, rejection, the unknown, and commit to facing one weekly. Monthly review that list, noting how you've grown, how fear's grip weakens. Think of people you admire. They didn't win by being fearless. They were scared, but acted anyway. You can too. You don't need to be fearless, just act. You don't need to know the outcome, just face it today. Then tomorrow, face it again. That's how you lay your brick. That's how you face your fears. That's how you keep your fight alive. So ask yourself, what storm's sweeping your coins? Fear of failure, judgment, or the unknown? Are you letting fear whisper? Stay safe. Will you get swept away or lay your brick? What's one fear you'll face right now? Your vision's waiting. Will you freeze or lead? Hold up, face one fear today. Lay your brick. Join Forge Fire, hit subscribe for more hacks to forge your success. Turn on notifications. Finally, step 5, rise from setbacks. Ever feel burned like coins swallowed by fire because setbacks make you want to quit your fight? Picture those times you're charging toward your vision, a booming business, financial freedom, or a life of purpose. You're all in, heart-blazing steel will, but then a setback hits, a project tanks, a door slams shut, or a day everything falls apart. TikTok, Instagram, or work stress amplifies the pain. You feel scorched, like your efforts turned to ash. You say, "This isn't worth it," or "I'm not cut out for this." Suddenly your vision feels impossible, like it's been consumed by fire, and you're asking, why do setbacks hurt so bad? Why can't I keep fighting? That's the pain of letting failure burn your potential, of letting a fall steal the fight you were born for. I've seen folks like us with epic dreams, but when a setback strikes, they let it define them. A project flops and they think, "I'm not good enough." A rejection lands and they believe, "This vision's not for me." They let bad days, mistakes, or criticism crush them, retreating to safety, scrolling, delaying, or convincing themselves, "Maybe I should settle for less." But settling doesn't build a legacy. Settling doesn't forge greatness. And then one day they couldn't take it anymore. They craved rising from setbacks, turning them into fuel for their fight. You feel that too, right? Being burned isn't the end, it's your wake-up call. Rising from setbacks is your forge. It shapes your fight with unbreakable resilience. It's not about dodging every mistake or acting like failure doesn't sting. It's knowing failure isn't the enemy, it's raw material for success. Failure's part of the fight, but it doesn't define you unless you let it. In 2025, with doubts and distractions everywhere, resilience is your shield. Most people let failure break them. They see a mistake as the end. Let a rejection make them doubt themselves. Let a bad day convince them to quit. They think failure proves they're not enough, that their vision's too far, that they should settle. But settling's not your path. When you rise from setbacks, you turn pain into power, mistakes into lessons, failure's fire into fuel. Your forge blazes when you say, "I fell, but I'm getting up to fight harder." That's when prosperity, not just success, but grit, resolve, legacy takes hold. Why does this matter? Because resilience is forged in failure, where you become unstoppable. Every big win, every lasting legacy was hammered from setbacks. Each fall, a strike, each mistake, a chance to sharpen. Innovators, leaders, world changers failed not once, but over and over. But they didn't let failure write their story. They analyzed mistakes, tweaked plans, and kept fighting. If you let failure rule, you'll live in fear, dodging risks, repeating, "I'm not enough," letting a fall freeze you. You'll stay stuck in life's forge, never shaping your vision steel. But when you rise, you grow. You don't see mistakes as the end, but as lessons, chances to get tougher. You face a flop and ask, "What did I learn? How can I level up?" You crave resilience, a step up after a fall, an hour of work. Despite a broken heart, a choice to keep going when everything says stop. Just 10 minutes reflecting on a setback can turn, "I lost," into, "I'm tougher now." When you rise from setbacks, you're not just living, you're leading. Imagine starting each day asking, "What setback will I rise from today? What'll forge me?" You sit down, no phone, no noise, just you and your resolve. You think about times you got burned, quitting after a flop, letting pain hold you back, and you say no more. "I'm stepping into my forge." That's when your forge glows, shaping you through failure's fire. I've seen it, the successful don't fall less. They just know every setback is a hammer strike, forging their future. Rising from setbacks isn't pain, it's power. A vow to yourself, you'll never let mistakes write your ending. So, how do you do it? Start with a new mindset and real moves. Today, take 10 minutes to reflect on a recent setback, maybe a goal you missed, a rejection, or a day it all fell apart. Sit down, grab a pen and write, "What did I learn? What's this teaching me about my fight?" Note the lesson in a journal, feeling the strength of turning pain into wisdom. No social media, no emails, just you and your reflection. Tomorrow, apply that lesson to a new move. Maybe retry a failed task, or tweak your approach and log your progress like you're getting grittier. This week, learn from a setback daily for 7 days, tracking your fuel. Each day, pick a moment you felt defeated, a small mistake, a rejection, and write its lesson. Note how you use it to move forward. Don't stop there. Keep a failure log, a place for every flop, big or small, and its lessons. Monthly review it, analyzing how you've grown, how failure's sting fades. Think of people you admire. They didn't win by dodging failure. They fell, got up, learned, and fought harder. You can too. You don't need to avoid mistakes, just learn. You don't need to win every time, just rise today. Then tomorrow, rise again. That's how you step into your forge. That's how you rise from setbacks. That's how you keep your fight burning. So ask yourself, what fire's burning your coins? A failure, a rejection, or pain from a mistake? Are you letting failure whisper, "Give up"? Will you stay burned or step into your forge? What's one lesson you'll pull from a setback right now? Your vision's waiting. Will you crumble or lead? Friends, we've just walked through a powerhouse journey, 5 steps to battle for your vision and claim the life you're meant to live. Battling daily lights your fire of action. Clarifying your vision drops your anchor to guide you. Committing fully builds your wall of resolve. Facing fears lays your bricks of courage. And rising from setbacks forges your resilience in the furnace of grit. Each step's a spark, each move a hammer strike, each moment you refuse to quit a brick in your legacy. Take a second to feel that power. Every time you fight, define your goal. Commit fully, face a fear, or get up from a fall. You're not just inching toward your vision. You're crafting a life worth living, a story that'll echo forever. Success isn't a single big moment or a lucky break. It's the sum of days you fought, hours you gave, your all, minutes you chose the hard path. Most people never reach their vision. They let time slip lost in TikTok, Instagram, or work chaos living without purpose, without fire. They wait for a savior, but nobody shows. They wait for the perfect time, but it never comes. But you're different. You know, these 5 steps aren't just words, they're a blueprint for an extraordinary life, a compass through 2025's noise, a torch lighting your way to prosperity. The successful don't have more hours or fewer hurdles. They choose differently. They fight every day, every hour, every moment. They forge their legacy one strike at a time. You can too if you step up. I'm throwing down a challenge pick, 1-step fight today. Clarify your vision, go all in, face a fear, or rise from a setback. Commit to it daily, not just when it's easy, not just when you're pumped, but when it's tough, when it hurts, when the world says stop. Start now. Take 10 minutes today to act. Write your goal, affirm your commitment, or tackle a challenge. Track your wins, not to brag, but to remind yourself you're fighting. Find a buddy, a mentor, a crew to keep you sharp, to remind you why you started. Build a world where failure's not the end, but fuel, where fear's not a barrier, but a brick. How's that feel? As you shove distractions aside, push through doubt, and forge your future, you'll stand taller, prouder, stronger than ever. In 2025, when everything's trying to throw you off, you've got a shot to shape your legacy, to live a life not just successful, but deeply meaningful. 1 hour a day isn't just time, it's your furnace where you forge lasting value. You don't chase success when you fight relentlessly, it finds you. But it starts now, not tomorrow, not next week. Right now you decide, will you fight or let your vision fade? Need more sparks? Join Forge Fire. Subscribe for weekly fuel to keep your fire blazing. Drop your fight in the comments, hit that button, and turn on notifications to never miss a chance to grow. Picture 1 year from now standing unstoppable, your life a masterpiece. Not by luck, not by chance, but by your grit. By every fear you faced, every setback you rose from. You're clearer, tougher, more confident, not just for what you've achieved, but for who you've become. You're not just living, you're leading, inspiring those around you, leaving a legacy the world can't ignore. You're the craftsman of your success, shaping your vision from effort's fire, from persistence's furnace. But this legacy doesn't just happen. It demands you fight, not just today, but every day, every hour, every breath you take. You don't need to be perfect, just show up. You don't need all the answers, just step up. And when you do, you'll see nothing. No fear, no failure, no obstacle can stop you. Your fight's not just for your vision, it's for the person you're becoming, the legacy you'll leave, the story you'll tell. So ask yourself now, what'll you fight for today? Which step will you pick to start? Clarify your vision, face a fear, rise from a flop. What move will you make right now to forge your legacy? Feel that fire inside you. Your vision's not waiting, it demands you fight today now. Will you back down or lead act? Now your legacy's waiting to be forged.